Hello, everybody, and welcome back to, you guessed it, yet another update video. Oh, it's been a little while, and it's been even longer since you haven't been subjected to any non-speedrunning drivel. But I digress. As today, a a is going to be an update video that I promised to do last month, but because of the holidays days and everything, I got kind of fucked up to say the very least, and therefore I couldn't really do such update video until now. And I promised two of them, in fact, and well, I'm just gonna go ahead and condense both of them into one because why not? Not. Anyways, first things first, we're gonna talk about the aforementioned in speedrunning drivel, as I described it. It wasn't exactly drivel more than it was just a colossal, and I mean colossal, use of my resources. Is because I speedran pretty much non-stop from the middle of August all the way to about a week before Thanksgiving last month, and you poor folks had to be subjected to me trying to nail down perfect times and everything like I was a fucking perfectionist. Which, well, that's what speedrunning kind of entails, a lot of perfectionism. But looking back at my older her videos on the channel, I haven't done anything related to the Let's Play Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 since July, and I haven't even tried to get Birchcraft off the ground ever since I teased about it back in the earlier parts this year. I mean, heck, I even queued it up for a remake at the end of last year, and it still hasn't yet to be done. And so, you might be wondering, are you done with speedrunning yet? The answer is not really. Because as you all know, no, I may have 100% ran through the entirety of Logan Kart 8 Deluxe, but I still need to tackle its classic counterpart. But as you may have noticed if you followed me on Twitter and such before, well, you know what happened. And I did hint that I was gonna save the speedrunning until we get into the new year in 2023. So expect to see more of that same drivel, quote unquote, well, once we get into the new year. Here, so I do apologize for that drivel. Well, again, quote unquote. Oh, and I do apologize for that in advance. So that leaves you with one very easy question. What about the other series? What about Let's Play Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2? What about Birchcraft? What about all the other stuff that you promised? Well, let's get into that, shall we? First things first, starting with the game that you're seeing right now on screen. Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. As I mentioned, an episode of this has not been recorded since the end of July, when we did Botany Breakers. Since then, the game has actually gotten an update that has rearranged the difficulty of some scenarios. Whereas the first game scenarios are still properly ordered, the second game scenarios have been ordered in terms of proper difficulty, which means the infamous track known as Amity fucking Airfield went from being the first track in the experts category from the first map in the challenging department, challenging parks category, is now finally been given the expert difficulty rating. But since we've already completed it, that means that we just have to live with what we had before the update. Hey, but at least it's done. So what does that mean? Well, there are two parks that have been added to the, well, rather reassigned to the beginner parks arcs that we are going to be doing first for episodes 13 and 14. Those two being Dusty Greens and Bumbly Bazaar. Both of them will be done for episodes 13 and 14, and then from episode 15 on, we're going to be tackling the challenging parks in both games. Games with Roller Coaster Tycoon 1's challenging parks, and then Roller Coaster Tycoon 2's, which one of the parks we did previously has been shuffled about out a little bit and has been pushed even further down the challenging department, but it's still considered a challenging park, so we don't have to worry about, playing things out of order. Or, or, or if you want too long, then listen. For those who like to skip ahead in the video, no real changes will be done to the video or the series. Series just more or less explain what's coming up next from scenarios and stuff. So rest assured, nothing bad is going to change when it comes to Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, who more or less just benefiting from quality of life upgrades that the developers have pushed out. So there's that. And on the other side of the coin we have Birchcraft, a neglected brainchild of mine that hasn't seen a full season even be conducted ever since 2019, 2020 or so. I fully intend on fixing that by attempting, and I stress this, as attempting to get that off the ground so that way we have at least a Birchcraft Season 2 Episode 1 out before the new year, preferably before Christmas, but I'm not going to make any promises because every time I've made a promise on a deadline or such, I take the piss and don't meet the deadline, which makes me ashamed of myself because I'm robbing you guys of content because I'm a procrastinating idiot. So, hopefully I'll be able to try to get that off the ground before the holiday season really starts to roll in and everything just gets off crazy again. And that's for the other stuff I promised, like getting back into live streaming and stuff like that. That is still going to happen. But just like with the speedrunning, for the most part, I would say that everything except for our Let's Play Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, who will likely be me starting up in 2023. I might be able to squeeze these Birchcraft Season 2 Episode 1 in before the new year, as I said. But for the most part, I'm going to be trying to focus on getting Open RCT 2 back off the ground, and maybe, just maybe, try to squeeze an episode of Birchcraft Season 2 in. But for right now we're going to be fiddling around with roller coasters and everything, and trying to get the rest of the stuff going again once we get into 2023. So, there you go. Oh. And also, one last little thing mention, and at the very least, one last thing to briefly go over is the fact that we have breezed by the Thanksgiving holiday day, and I couldn't really do much to say, hey, happy Thanksgiving, here's blah 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 in terms of updates and stuff like that, because again, I got kind of screwed up on the first holiday season, and I know for a fact I'm going to get screwed up in the second holiday season. So, as I said before, I'm not going to make any more promises on deadlines or anything. It's just a case of let's just see what happens, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, well, oh well. Well, we can always try again without any pressures of deadlines, because as I said before, every time I set deadlines, I screw myself and I screw you guys out of content, and so I profusely apologize for all of that, and I'm just gonna focus on trying to get things back off the ground, so that way we can head into 2023 with a bit more of a solid foundation in terms of what's coming up in terms of content, instead of having to constantly draw question marks over everything because of me being a miscommunicative idiot. So that should just about be everything And also one more thing. A lot based on that Amethyst Marble Race idea that I posted in my community page a little while ago. I will be going through with that because as you folks have answered the call and said yes, we want to see it. So expect my return into the marbly world in 2023 as well. Well, just trying not to put too much on my plate for the last 4 weeks or so of the entire year. So look out for that. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I apologize for the lack of content and everything because of reasons, and hopefully I'll be able to see you sooner rather than later for the return of Let's Play Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, so that way we can get things going again. So, oh, in any case, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao!